So Shopify has just completely changed their code editor window. It's got some powerful new features, but it's also not very beginner friendly. A lot of people are finding it kind of confusing, which is understandable. There's a learning curve and you need to know a few shortcuts to get to the things you need. So in this video, I'm going to quickly run you through those. It'll take you less than 10 minutes and you'll be able to use this effectively. It's not just for developers. I think with some basic knowledge, everyone will find this new editor is a lot better. All right, so the first thing you might discover is that searching for a file isn't so straightforward anymore. I mean, it's a bit misleading. You click on this search icon, right? And then you search for something. Let's say we're looking for the base.css file. So you type in base, and it's showing you a bunch of different files with the word base in them. This isn't the type of search that you wanted, right? What you actually need is to simply use the shortcut Control-P on Windows or Command-P on Mac, and that will bring up the file search box, right? Here you can type in any file name and press enter to open that up. And this is really nice because you can open files much faster than in the old editor. You can use up and down to go through these files and just hit enter to open them. It's really easy, very effective. All right, so next up is your basic searching for text inside of a file. So let's say I want to search base.css for our media queries, which controls what you see on mobile. So I'm just going to use Control-F on Windows or Command-F on Mac to bring up search, type in media, and it will show all occurrences of that text in this file, and I can cycle through them using these arrows or using Command G to go to the next one. What I also like is that in a long file like this, you'll see all those occurrences in the sidebar here as these orange dots, and you can scroll to them. This may not be the best example because the word media is everywhere, but this is useful in many cases. Now let's take a look at something you usually only see in software that developers use, and that's going to be this search inside the entire project. You can search for any piece of text inside your entire theme. Now this is really useful when you're looking at the front end of your site and you know you want to edit something, like let's say we want to change something about how the price is displayed, right? And you don't know which file that's in. You don't know how to find that code so that you can edit it. So what we're going to do is right click on this and click inspect, and then looking at this code, you're going to try and find something unique about this element, right? So I like the word price container, right? I think that if we search for price container, we'll probably find the code that is outputting the price. So let's go here and search the entire project for price container. And we find 3 files, 2 of them are JavaScript files. And then here we have price.liquid, a snippet. And inside of that, here's that div, price container. And here's the code inside it. And that's probably what I want to edit. So as you can see, clicking here just takes me directly to that place in my theme that I want to edit, which is a huge improvement over the old editor where you couldn't search the entire project, and so you had to open up multiple files and look for that piece of code that you need to edit. All right, now let's say you've made some changes and you realize that's a mistake and you want to go back. You might remember in the old editor, there was a little drop down that allowed you to go back to a previous version of the file. Well, the same thing exists here, and you can access it by right-clicking on any file and clicking Open Timeline. Okay, that will open this little window here, the timeline window, and it'll show you every time you've made a change and you saved that file. So I'm just going to make a random change here, just add a comment called change1, and when I hit save with Command S, you'll see that it's created a new version. Now, when I click on the older version now, the original version, we'll be able to see what the actual change was. So this is a great improvement over the old code editor where you could only go back, right? You could restore to a previous version, but you didn't know what was in it. So now, when you click on a previous version, you actually see the changes highlighted in green, any additions, and then also you will see here highlighted in red if you deleted anything. So I'll continue modifying this file, change2, save that, and it'll create another version, right? And now when we click on, let's say, the previous version, you'll see what I changed just now. And then let's go on the first version, and you'll see there's been 2 changes you'll see the total amount of changes all compared to the current version. So on the left here, we have the version that we're looking at, that we clicked on, and on the right, we always have the current version. Let's say I delete change 1 right now and save, another version will be created, and you can see that line was deleted. So you get the idea. You're able to keep much better track of what's been going on and which of these versions you might want to go back to. Now, to go back to one of these versions, let's say I just want to go back to change 1, simply right click and hit restore contents, and we're going to go back to this version. So restore the contents, restore, and it's going to discard anything from the previous versions, from the later versions. We're back to change 1 in our live file, but we still have all of that history. So if you didn't like that you restored it, you can go back one more step. So I know that can get confusing. It always gets confusing when you're talking about, time. You're basically traveling in time, like a time machine, but play around with that, and that can really save you in some situations if you made some mistake and you want to go back. All right, now here's a similar feature that allows you to compare the differences between two similar files. So there could be a scenario where perhaps I have duplicated, right, copy and paste, I have duplicated base.css to make my own base.css and replaced the original, but I'm keeping the original there as like a backup. So let's say here I got background red and like color blue, just some random changes. Save that. And now a few months later, I want to see which changes I've made to my base.css, like to my custom version. Then I can just check by right-clicking here and clicking select for compare, or rather, click on the original, click select for compare, and then right-click on the modified one, compare with selected, and you'll see all of the additions I've made to this file, all of my custom changes. This is really useful if, for example, you're updating your theme and you know that you need to carry some code across line by line, right? You need to actually grab this and paste that into the new base.css on like the updated version of your theme. That could be one such scenario. Besides these major features that I've been explaining, there are also plenty of things throughout this software that makes it more comfortable for your day-to-day use. For example, whenever you're looking at something that's a snippet, hover over it and you can open that up, right? You don't actually have to look for the file here. You can just command click or control click on Windows. Also, for example, whenever you're looking at some liquid code like render, hover over that and you'll actually see some of the documentation, and you can click here to go into the official Shopify documentation website, and you'll discover plenty of these small things as you use this software more. The cool thing about it is that this is actually VS Code. VS Code, Visual Studio Code, is actually a desktop software that developers use, and it's installed on your computer, usually. But there is an online version. It's actually called Visual Studio Code for the web, and you can access it using vscode.dev. So as you can see, this looks very similar to what's running in Shopify. And that's what Shopify have done, is they've essentially embedded VS Code for the web into the Shopify admin. But that's also the reason why you might see some weirdness in here and why many of the menu items, for example, might not work, because this is like a lightweight and very limited version of the Visual Studio Code app that lives on your desktop. However, if you're interested in learning more about web development, then using this lightweight version is awesome to get you started towards actual proper development using the full VS Code app. Finally, I should probably tell you about the settings icon here. There's a few things that you can change to make it more comfortable for you to work in this code editor. For example, I usually change the font size because, hey, I'm getting old. It's usually on 12. I changed it to 13 so that I can see a little bit better. You can also click here, go on themes, and change the color theme if you prefer, for example, a dark color scheme like a real web developer, which I am not apparently because I prefer the light one. If you want to learn more about this code editor, about VS Code for the web, then you'll find some simple documentation here, but generally also search for how to do things in VS Code, and those tutorials will help you with this one as well. But please leave a like if you found this video helpful, comment with any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.